Broadcasting live from a hollowed-out tree stump in the middle of no man's land. You reached Married with Comedy with Jeff Onyx and Joe Chandler. Strap in, boys and girls, and keep your arms and legs in the vehicle at all times, 'cause it's gonna get bumpy.
Turn up the microphone so you can hear me. Oh, God. And turn on the video so you can see me. Yeah. So that's what's up. A lot of stuff going on. There's like humming and stuff. I can hear the humming. You probably can't, but I totally can. If I unplug this. Yeah, I can't hear the humming now. Oh, but I heard it for a moment there. You might notice some stuff. It's like really super bright in here. I changed some settings. So I forgot to change the settings back. So it's super bright in here. So yeah. If I feel like it, I might mess with those settings later. Today's show, we're going to have James R. Freeman, going to be on the show around 9:15-ish, in about 15 minutes. Joe Chandler, going to be on the show around 10:15. And I'm going to drink water because I can. And so that's what's going to be going on. Yeah. I should apply another Lutz to this to make to make it look prettier, but I'm not going to do it. It's really bright. Just a heads up, it's really bright. So just deal with it. Really bright. Yeah. Can't do anything about that. It's really bright. So yeah. All right. We're going to start with trivia. Aw, snap. Now, last week, we started the trivia thing, but I forgot to do it at the end. So we're just going to repeat the trivia thing, okay? So the trivia question is, which two United States states do not observe daylight saving time? We'll let you know at the end of the show. So you'll be notified at the end of the show which two U.S. states do not observe daylight saving time. Okay. Chitty chat and the chit chat if you know the answer. And if you don't know the answer, then, oh well, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, baby. So, you know what we should do? We're going to go to this guy. And then you guys can see what's up. This guy. Where is it? Boom. There. This guy up there. Seth Green. This week in comedy history is Seth Green. So you'll be able to know a little bit about it. Born February 8th, 1971 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the United States as Seth Benjamin Geschell Green. Seth Green is an American actor, producer, writer, and director. He is also known as a creator, executive producer, and is the most frequent voice on Adult Swim's Robot Chicken, directing its Star Wars and DC Comics specials. Seth Green is the co-creator, co-producer, writer, director, and most frequent voice of Robot Chicken, and they are an Emmy Award-winning TV series. So here's a little known fact. He was in Howard the Duck. Okay, so Seth Green provided the voice for Howard the Duck in the live-action Marvel Comics in the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe film, Guardians of the Galaxy. So he was in, not the original Howard the Duck, he was Howard the Duck in Guardians of the Galaxy in 2014, and then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in 2017. Okay, he was also, in some other stuff that had to do with the Guardians of the Galaxy, stuff going on. But when he was doing the character Howard the Duck, okay, he decided to do a Danny DeVito impersonation as, quote, being sort of a gruff and cynical, sarcastic character who doesn't know what the Earth's species of duck even is, and doesn't think of himself that way, and he's offended by that generalization. So anytime anybody says you know, like a duck on Earth. He has no clue what a duck on Earth is. You might not know, in 2019, he wrote and released his first movie named Changeland, starring Brenda Song and Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin. The movie was released on June 7th, 2019. This guy, Seth Green. So, yeah, that was This Week in Comedy History. Yeah, that was trivia. Oh, you know what? That's stupid. I forgot to go there. That was This Week in Comedy History. Now it's not. So, deal with it. Deal with it. Today's Ghetto Chef. So, today's episode of Ghetto Chef, basically what you do. Okay, so if you're in a situation where you're really craving a slushy drink, like a Slurpee or one of those frozen Cokes at McDonald's, and you don't have a way to get there. Maybe you're snowed in, maybe you're out of gas, maybe you're just too poor to go there, but you have some ingredients at home. Here's how you do it. Okay, this is Ghetto Slushie. You take a Ziploc bag, like a gallon Ziploc bag. You put a little bit of ice cubes in there. Put some salt, like table salt, in with the ice cubes, which lowers the temperature of the ice and keeps the ice colder, but makes it colder. In another separate Ziploc bag, you pour in there your favorite beverage that you would like to be frozen. It could be anything from Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb, Gatorade, your favorite energy drink, Kool-Aid. It could be any juices, whatever. The more sugar in it, the better slushy it ends up being. So if it has sugary stuff in it, then it's good. We've tried it with no sugar or low sugar stuff. It doesn't work as well with low sugar stuff. It ends up being more solid than slushy. Anyway, so you pour your favorite drink into another Ziploc bag and seal it completely. But don't leave very much air in there. Like, try to get as much air as possible out of there, and then zip it and leave it in there. Yeah. Then you put that Ziploc bag in the Ziploc bag with the ice and the ice and the oh my gosh, that microphone's hot. The ice and the salt. Then you seal the ice and the salt bag, taking out as much air as possible. Also, when you seal it, then you just shake it around, move it around, squish it with your fingers, move it around, squish it with your fingers, move it around, squish it with your fingers. And it takes, depending on what you're using, it takes anywhere between 5 minutes and 15 minutes. We tried bottles of water with flavoring in them, like root beer flavoring or whatever. And we put them in there, and they turned slushy within like 4 minutes. 5 minutes, they were just almost solid ice. So it depends on what you're using. Like I said, the more sugar in the item, the longer it may take and the better result you have. So you just squish it around, and as you're squishing it around, it'll turn into a slushy. Damn Skippy. I think that's the same kind of technology that they use for like what do they call that stuff? Ice cream. So we did that the other day. You know, we were craving some stuff, and we've tried it on multiple things. We've tried. Okay. If you have a beverage, carbonated beverage in a bottle, plastic bottle, like this, and it's a carbonated beverage, preferably with sugar in it. I don't know if the diet one works as well. Like a bottle like this, but with a soda pop in it. So you take it and you shake it vigorously. Then you put it in the freezer. And depending on your freezer, depending on where you live, it could take between 3 and 4 hours, sometimes even 5 hours. So what we did is we left it in there for 4 hours. Okay, shook it vigorously. Put it in the freezer for 4 hours without touching it, without opening it, without doing anything. Just leave it in there. After 4 hours, you take it out, and you take the bottle out of the freezer, and you have a container that's twice the size of the bottle you're using. So if you're using a bottle like this, is 16 ounces, try to get like a 32-ounce cup. Okay. Then you very, very slowly open the bottle, slowly, to let the carbonation out. So, you know, when you're opening it slowly, don't go opening it because it'll, you open it slowly, and you ever so slowly let the air out of it. And then when the air is out of it, then you open it all the way. Don't shake it, don't move it. Then you take it, you pour it into a cup. Instantly, as you're pouring it into the cup, it turns into slushy, turns into frozen Coke as you're pouring it. So the science on that basically is when you're shaking it, the carbonation in there separates the liquids and the, like, separates the liquids a little bit, separates the sugars from the drink, and it makes it so that when you reconstitute it, when you pour it out, it does that. Weird. So I would encourage you to do that. You know what I'm saying, G? So that was the Ghetto Chef. Oh. Hey, if you're a fan of the show, want to tell us something and you don't like the tickety-tack, clickety-clack, and you want to send us some tangible mail, or you want to send us something that you want us to read on the air or whatever, you could send us fan mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. Or if you're an angry feminist and for some reason you want to send us some mail to let us know how displeased you are with what we do, send hate mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. Yeah. So, I guess the first person that's going to be on here is going to be Jay. And I'm going to send him a message and I'm going to tell him, hey man, you can jump on anytime you want. Jump on anytime you want. Here we go.
And Joe Chandler.
You
strap in, boys and girls, and keep your arms and legs in the vehicle at all times. Because it's gonna get bumpy.
You can call any time now, I'm telling you. You can call any time now. So you don't see me drinking. I can say fan mail. Fan mail, burger. Today's show is going to be awesome. There was a lot of stuff going on today. We're going to be talking about
No Man's Land. You reached
I'm not going to spoil
comedy with Jeff Onyx and Joe Chandler.
What's that sound?
Strap in, boys and girls, and keep your arms and legs in the vehicle at all times.
What does that sound?
Because it's gonna get
Am I listening to myself? Oh my gosh, I've been listening to myself the whole time. Have you guys been listening to that? Oh my gosh, that's so stupid. Listening to myself that whole time. Ugh. It took me, 15 minutes? It took me 15 minutes to figure that out. Why didn't somebody say something? Oh my gosh. I was listening to myself. It was like a feedback kind of thing. Oh, you guys are irritating me. Whatever. I'm going to chitty chat in the chit chat. You know what's really funny is when we're doing the show, I post on the other social medias what we're doing here. By the way, I put the wrong picture there. This. Come on, type. This is the wrong thumbnail. This is the wrong thumbnail. I'm letting everybody on there know so that people know what's up, because that's totally the wrong thumbnail. Hey, Mung, where is it? This is the wrong thumbnail. So I'm letting everybody know that's the wrong thumbnail. Just in that way, they know what's up. So apparently, somebody else is not going to be hanging out with us until late. Maybe I should call him. Maybe I should call him. Instead of him waiting to call, or instead of him calling me, maybe I should call him. Whatever. It's always me calling guys, calling people, saying, hey, what's up? So maybe I should not have Jay as the first person. on the show because he's like 2 minutes late. Oh no, let's turn that up. You can hear it? Turn it up. Hey man, weren't you supposed to call at 9:15, boy?
Yeah, I think I was.
Oh my goodness. Why didn't you call, man? Why didn't you call, man? Kids these days. So we've already messed up today. Today, I screwed up a whole bunch of stuff today. The lighting, I was playing the video of me in the background while I was talking, and I didn't know it till 5 minutes in there. She says that it recently started, that it wasn't doing that the whole time. So it must have been me doing it. So that's what's up. So, hey, Jay, how you doing?
Doing all right, man.
So I'm on a speakerphone with Jay. So, yeah. So today's the science denier of the week. If I may throw it up there for the audiences, so the audience can see what's up. The science denier of the week is Stephen Hawking. So, and the reason we call Stephen Hawking the science denier of the week is because during his time, he denied a bunch of science, contradicted himself. There was never any settled science with this dude. You know, because people throw that around all the time, settled science. But Stephen Hawking, he wasn't like, oh, this is settled science. Even his own stuff. Okay, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna give
it
back.
It was the speak and spell that was the real genius.
Yeah. So we'll give Stephen Hawking's bio real quick. Stephen Hawking was born Stephen William Hawking on January 8, 1942, and he died March 14, 2018. He was an English theoretical physicist, cosmologist, and author, best known for his theories concerning the origins of the universe as well as black holes. His results, which Hawking presented from 1974, showed that black holes emit radiation known today as Hawking radiation, which may continue until they exhaust their energy and evaporate. Initially, Hawking radiation was controversial, and everybody said that was stupid. And then they said, no, that's right. And now it's back controversial again, where they're like, no, the Hawking radiation is not real. So.
Okay, so wait, the Hawking radiation, is that the same as the Van Allen radiation?
No, Van Allen belts around the Earth. But the Hawking radiation, what that is when a black hole sucks everything in, it's supposed to like suck everything in and nothing can get out.
Gotcha.
But Stephen Hawking said there's radiation that's coming out, emitting out of it, called Hawking radiation.
Right.
Yeah. As a long-standing scientific dispute, Hawking had he emphatically argued with Higgs boson. You're familiar with Higgs boson?
Yeah, the CERN.
CERN.
Boson,
Yeah. So
God particle.
Hawking said the Higgs boson particle would never be found. The Higgs boson particle or the God particle would never be found. The particle was proposed to exist as part of the Higgs field theory by Peter Higgs. So Higgs boson, Peter Higgs. Okay. Peter Higgs wrote that in 1964. Hawking and Higgs engaged in heated public debates on the matter. And in 2002 and in 2008, Higgs criticized Hawking's work and complained that Hawking's celebrity status gives him instant credibility that others don't have because Hawking was an invalid. And if he wasn't an invalid, people wouldn't care. So, but to Hawking's chagrin, the particle was discovered, quote unquote, in July 2012 at CERN following the construction of the Large Hadron Collider. Hawking quickly conceded that he had lost his bet and said that Higgs should win the Nobel Peace Prize, which he did in 2013. Cool, huh? So
pretty cool, but a little creepy too, you know.
Yeah.
I like those ones that are adamant, you know.
Yeah.
I'm right. I'm the I'm changing science. I'm right. And then you're like, oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you're so right. You're so right, and I'm so wrong. Yeah. But the trippy thing about that is I've been watching a lot of theoretical physics stuff and science stuff about the universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be amazed. I don't know, you probably get this. You probably see this a lot too. But you'll sit there and watch these theoretical physicists and they'll be like, "Yeah, there's life on other planets." Right? And they're like, there's got to be other planets out there, and if there's not life on other planets, there's life in other alternate dimensions and alternate universes, right? They were saying that. The same exact scientist recently said that life is actually fake, that there's no such thing as life on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're telling me there's life in the universe, but there's not life on Earth? That's some crazy stuff there, man. It can't be both, man. It's got to be one or the other.
That's why I said too, you can't have it both ways. You can't tell people that you're traveling beyond our bubble, but then also give credence to Van Allen, who says there's no way to leave our bubble because of the levels of radiation when you get outside there.
Exactly.
And science believes in that radiation because they say that the sun is kicking that radiation 93 million miles till it reaches Earth.
Yeah. A million miles.
Right. And they say without that bubble, we'd be dead. But then in the same breath, they're saying, but we travel outside that bubble all the time. And the people aren't affected by the radiation, out there.
Sounds very sus to me, man.
It all sounds sus to me. And remember, I was telling you something about that Philip K. Dick interview that he did. Well, it wasn't really an interview, it was more like a press conference or whatever that he did. He didn't really take questions, or at least not from the part that I could see. So whatever clips they were showing, I've never seen him take questions from the reporters. But Philip K. Dick basically said that there was a whole group of scientists that believe we're in a matrix, that none of this is real.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So then I say, well, okay, doesn't that throw out all the speculation as to whether or not we live on a globe, a spinning globe?
Well, I would
obviously we don't.
I would say to each one of those scientists and physicists who won the Nobel Peace Prize or got any kind of grants, since this doesn't exist and we're in a matrix, go ahead and give me all that money you don't need.
Yeah, get all the money back, right?
Just give it to me, because apparently it doesn't exist.
There's something suspect about the Nobel laureates too, because think about it like this: when Einstein won his prize, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know what he did with the money?
No. What did he do?
He gave it to his ex-wife.
You know what's funny is somebody mentioned the Nobel Prize today on the radio, and they said that most of the people that won the Nobel Peace Prize are jerks.
Well, Barack Obama.
Yeah.
What did he do to win it? And that's the Peace Prize.
There have been people who've been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize who got beat out for the Nobel Peace Prize by people who are complete evil people who did all kinds of horrible things. And
look at Mandela.
Don't get me started.
You know about stuff that Mandela was involved in before he went to prison, right?
Yeah, man.
Prison. All the bombs, all the other crap that was going on.
Yeah, man.
So people act like, oh, well, he's, people quote him all the time. I'm like, yeah, but he forgot the part where he tells you to blow up the opposition first.
Yeah.
And philosophize second. Gandhi, what a piece of work that dude was. How do you want to get started?
Well, and the trippy thing is,
why is it always these crazy, like, they're not.
Well, here's what I've noticed. They're changing the quotes from all these famous people to match whatever they want them to say, right? But if you go back and I don't know if you and I were talking about Martin Luther King Jr. Mm-hmm. If you read some of the stuff that he said back in the day, it's a little bit different than what they're trying to push with this narrative that they got nowadays. It's like not even the same, dude.
Yes, but we have to remember too that a lot of the the black folks that were involved in all that stuff, a lot of those people were communists.
Yeah.
Panthers, listen, the Panthers were communist-leaning people.
Well, that
Why?
gets...
Because communism usually leads the revolution. What they don't understand is communism likes to lead the revolution, so when it's over, they put who they want in power.
Exactly. Well, that leads us to our next segment.
Yay.
Conjecture of fact. Today's conjecture of fact is time travel.
Ooh.
Time travel. Okay, speaking of Stephen Hawking, and before we get into this whole thing above me in the thing here, I'll switch back to this. Stephen Hawking on June 28, 2009, as a tongue-in-cheek test of his 1992 conjecture that time travel into the past, is effectively impossible. But Stephen Hawking believed in time travel. He actually said that he believed in time travel. The time travel was possible, right?
Right.
And they rewrote this on Wikipedia because this doesn't match what Stephen Hawking actually said about this party. They say it was a tongue-in-cheek attempt to disprove time travel, but that wasn't what he was trying to do. He believed in
tongue-in-cheek what?
What I'm about to tell you, they said was a tongue-in-cheek attempt by Stephen Hawking to disprove time travel, even though Stephen Hawking believed in time travel, but they said that he didn't. Okay? Here's what he did. On June 28, 2009, he held a party open to all. It was complete with hors d'oeuvres and iced champagne. And it was a huge party with all this awesome food and all kinds of, drinks and all kinds of stuff, right? And anybody could attend. But he didn't publicize the party until the day after the party. So he told everybody about the party the day after.
Mm-hmm.
And he did that so that only time travelers would attend his party. So he extended the invitation to only time travelers.
Okay.
And nobody showed up at the party.
I was going to say, did anyone show up? That's the key.
So nobody showed up at the party. And Stephen Hawking basically was trying to say that time travel, that he said that time travel is possible. This thing on Wikipedia says it's not. They changed Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
Like whoever's running that is changing stuff.
Wayback Machine.
Yeah. So we're going to take a look at some examples of time travel. You ready?
Sure.
You tell me if you remember any of those. The curious case of John Teeter. Between 2000 and 2001, an internet user by the name of John Teeter posed the following on a forum. Greetings. I'm a time traveler from the year 2036. I'm on my way home after getting an IBM 5100 computer system from the year 1975. He would have been better off getting an Amiga or a Micro from BBC Micro. All right. And then he said, my time travel machine is a stationary mass temporal displacement unit manufactured by General Electric, which no longer exists now, so this is stupid. The unit is powered by two top-spin dual positive singularities that produce a produces a standard offset Tipler sinusoid. I'll be happy to post pictures of the unit. And then he posted pictures of the alleged time machine, which looks an awful lot like a communication device from the Army. It looks like a case that they would take out in the field in the military.
Yeah.
And open it up and talk. That's what it looks like.
Oh. Okay.
So he claimed... I thought
you were going to say it looks like the one in Napoleon Dynamite.
He claimed he was on the way to 1975 when with a stopover in the year 2000, allegedly from a military outfit. He was on a mission to retrieve items from the past that would help society. He went on to answer many questions his followers had for him in the forum there. In his wake, he left the internet with websites like the one we're reading, where people were like, hey, man, what's up? Okay, so you remember Tim Teeter? John Teeter. Tim Teeter's the guy from the Teeter Hang Up commercials.
That's it.
Just kidding. All right. Number 2, the self-proclaimed time traveler. And it's actually in the newspaper. Time traveler skips town. New York self-proclaimed time traveler Andrew
Yeah.
Carlson,
Oh no, different guy.
the enigmatic Wall Street whiz, jailed on insider trading charges. He has vanished. So, January 28, 2003, a man named Andrew Carlson was arrested for alleged insider trading after investing $800 in businesses. He managed to make $350 million in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
According to the police, his gig was up. And while they had detained him for questioning, he admitted that he was a time traveler from the year 2003. Wait, no, he was time traveler. He time traveled to 2003 from 2256. But nobody bought what he was saying. A mysterious man paid his $1 million bail, and then the guy got out of jail and disappeared.
Went Bruce Willis, 12 Monkeys.
Yeah. Number 3. What?
Yeah, okay. Well, I was going to say, it's interesting because, once the guy gets loose, of course he's going to disappear, right? If he doesn't exist.
Yes, exactly.
So the key was to get out of jail.
Yes.
The other thing is somebody actually showed up to pay the money. So at the very least, there was another person in the world who believed the story enough to come and pay $1 million to get him out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, here's my question. Where'd that money go? $350 million he made. He didn't get to keep it. They kept it, right? The government took it.
Maybe, I guess. I mean, I don't know how you can say it's insider trading. I mean, obviously you would think there's something amiss, but you can't just be like, oh, well, that's definite. There's no way you can do that.
I mean, it's not like
obviously there is.
It's not like he's a member of Congress.
Yeah, right. Pelosi.
Number 3.
Got caught. Pelosi's husband got caught insider trading and nothing.
Number 3, the lady on the cell phone in the Charlie Chaplin movie. Do you remember this?
Okay. Yeah, the supposed cell phone.
Yeah, it's been seen on the internet. The movie The Circus with Charlie Chaplin shows a woman in the background walking while talking on what looks like a mobile phone, a cell phone.
And she's definitely talking.
Yeah. The movie came out in 1928. Some think she's shielding her face from the sun, but a closer shot makes it look like the lady's having a conversation with somebody. In the scene from the film that got internet users clacking away at their keyboards, wondering whether the lady in question is indeed a time traveler. Other people think that it was a brand new device for what do they call that? Hearing aid. It was a brand new hearing aid because that hearing aids just came out right around that time and they were that big.
Well, and you can't really tell what she's got in her hand.
Yeah,
I mean, so could be a walkie-talkie. Didn't they have those back then? They did, right?
Could be a deck of cards, and she's schizophrenic. You don't know.
But if it was a cell phone, we all know. See, you remember how big they were in the 80s?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If it was a cell phone, she would have had to have a backpack for it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is from 1928.
Plus, she's a time traveler, so I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
The phone's probably in her hand or something anyway.
Yeah, the phone's in her hand. Number 4, the hipster time traveler. The hipster time traveler. And I've seen this picture. It is not Photoshopped. It looks like a real photo. A lot of people think it's fake, but deserves a spot, even though some people think it's fake. Let's see. The Barlone Pioneer Museum exhibit titled Their Past Lives Their Past Lives Here opened to the public in 2004 and featured a collection of images, including one from 1941 where a person in the photo is wearing a silkscreen t-shirt like a hipster with a hoodie. So he's wearing a hoodie, which they didn't have in 1941, and they didn't have silkscreen in 1941. He was wearing sunglasses that he didn't have in 1941.
Sunglasses don't look like they're from that time frame either.
Yeah.
Excuse the pun frame.
So people were saying that it's got to be debunked because it's too modern for a person in the 40s. So there's no way that this could be a real photo. and the time travel doesn't exist. That's what people are saying. So, number 5.
Well,
What?
if you believe in the Mandela effect, time travel must exist.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's much about CERN and all that, but I will say that if you believe in the Mandela effect, the only way that that happens is if somebody's actually going in and playing with this stuff.
I don't understand why they call it the Mandela effect, though. Everybody,
because that was when it was
no,
noticed.
Everybody knows it's the Mangala effect. Anyway, number 5, the Philadelphia experiment.
Oh, yeah,
The Philadelphia experiment was allegedly a military experiment where the U.S. Navy destroyer Eldridge was subjected to experiments that were unconventional in nature. Time travel was one of the such experiments that the ship said to have used, and it traveled back in time. The U.S. Navy, of course, denies that this ever happened, but a lot of people are saying that it actually did happen.
I'm sorry, did you say back in time?
Back in time, yeah.
Because, 20 years ago, the story was that it had showed back up in the harbor 10 years later.
Yeah, like where it wasn't supposed to be, yeah.
See, so that would be forward in time, not back in time.
Okay, so a couple
that's
other...
a little strange, right?
Yeah, a couple other honorable mentions that are not mentioned in this article. What is it, Flight 92? Flight 92 left New York, went through the Bermuda Triangle, and 32 years later showed up in Venezuela. And when
never heard that. Okay.
The plane landed, and when the plane landed, it was surrounded by grounds crew who was trying to help people off the plane or whatever. People wouldn't get off the plane, and the grounds crew said that everybody on the plane looked like they were wearing old clothes, and the plane was an old prop plane that hadn't been used in years. And then the captain of the plane opened the window and poked his head out with a clipboard and asked, "What year is this? What year is this?" And when they told him what year it was, he poked his head back in the window, closed the window, and took off. But as he was poking his head back in the window, a piece of paper fell off of his clipboard, which was a piece of paper from 1952 or 19 something. Anyway, from the old time. So a piece of paper with the date from when the airplane was lost fell off the thing. Okay, what was the number 2 one? The next one I was going to say. Man, there was another one I was going to say. We'll do Mike Markham first. You ever heard of Mike Markham?
No.
Mad Mike Markham, and I'll even put this on the Webby thing. Mad Mike Markham was a mysterious time traveler, and when he was 21 years old, he was playing with a homemade what is that ladder? It's like a Tesla ladder. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's the ladder thing. What's it called? What the hell is that thing called?
The ladder thing. Escalator?
No, it's a machine. Ugh.
I don't know what that means. Ladder machine.
Madman Jacob's ladder. He was making a Jacob's ladder. The Jacob's ladder, it's a scientific machine where it shoots electricity from one antenna or one rod to the other all the way up until it goes away. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
There's a picture of it here, y'all. So there's 2 wires, and electricity comes off of this one side and arches to this other side, and then bounces back and forth all the way up, climbing the ladder until it reaches the top where it dissipates. So this guy was doing one of these. Markham was doing one of these, and he was playing with it, and a sheet metal screw. He noticed a vortex being formed in the middle of the 2 rods. So he threw a metal screw, into the vortex, and it disappeared. And then a few feet away, the object reappeared. the screw reappeared a few feet away, like a few seconds. It teleported a few seconds later, a few feet away. So he thought that he had created a time machine. So he started making plans to build a time machine. So he kept trying to build the time machine, but he didn't have enough power, enough electricity, right? So he went to a power station and found 6 old transformers at the power station that weren't being used. They were 300 pounds each, so he stole them, took them back to his apartment, and then he hooked them up on January 29th, 1995, and he caused a blackout in the entire area. And then the police went looking for what was going on, and his roommates were like, Mad Mike did that. So he got turned in by his roommates. Then he went to jail. And then when he got out of jail, he started going on again about trying to make a time machine.
Huh.
So that guy, Mad Mike. Mad Mike, Markham. Time machine. Know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, man, there was another one. There was another one that I was.
Andrew Basiago.
I don't know. Tell me about him.
Well, same kind of thing. I'm trying to remember the specifics, but
yeah, don't know.
Yeah, he came back and said that there was some catastrophe that was coming, and he was sent back to warn us, and that we were supposed to change our ways and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to remember the exact.
Yeah, and there were a bunch of those like that where people. Oh, that's the other one. The BBC, the BBC Micro. Okay, so in Great Britain there was a little flat apartment house, whatever you want to call it, and there were these people living in this house, and they were like a dude and his wife, or a dude and his girlfriend, and some other dude, right? And they checked out a computer which was new to them, like people didn't have computers, and it was called a BBC Micro. It was a microcomputer the BBC had commissioned to give to schools for free, so that schools can figure out how to do sciencey stuff with them, right?
Right.
So it was basically like a word processor. You type in something, you save it, it's saved to a document, and then you get the thing. So anyway, so they left the machine on, and a time traveler started talking to him. But it wasn't time travel, but it was just them communicating through this computer to the 1500s or the 15th century. So they were talking to people in the 15th century, and the guy was given names and stuff. And one of the guys that lived in the house went and did research, and this was like in the 80s, before the internet. So he went to go to the library and looked it up, and found out that the guy they were talking to from that time period lived on that land way back then. You know what I mean? Then as they were talking to somebody on there, another person started talking to him from like 2099 or some 2199 or some junk like that. Some in the future thing. And then that person told him that there was another person. Anyway, so they were all talking to each other through a computer that didn't have any internet connection at all. And all it was a word processor. And it was even investigated by paranormal investigators back then in the 80s. So you're talking about in the 80s, computers would just sit there, and you didn't connect it to anything. Maybe you connected to a bulletin board system, but this computer itself didn't have a network capability. It didn't have a modem. It didn't have any of that stuff. It just sat there. And they would leave it on, and then something would come in there and type stuff and then leave it. So there was one of the paranormal investigators went in there, and he typed a whole bunch of questions to the person in the future, or the person in the past, whatever. And then he said, if that person in the future or the past, whoever it is, can answer those questions and tell you so that you can answer the questions, then I'll believe it. So then they answered the questions, and he answered them right.
Okay, sort of like that movie, Frequency.
Frequency, yeah, like that. Sort of like that, yeah. Yeah.
A lot of things are based on true stories. I mean, like that. Now they got that new Scream coming out. So
Yeah, we're don't tell my wife because she might be listening. But I'm thinking about taking her to go see that tomorrow.
okay, I'll make sure and not tell her.
Yeah, don't tell her that I'm thinking about taking her to go see that.
Yeah.
She may not want to know.
Well, we want to make it a surprise, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a surprise. It's got to be a surprise. Because if it's not a surprise, then that would be bad. You know. What's this? Oh no. Oh no, I messed up. I clicked a thing wrong. So, hey, the setup in here is a lot different now. People are saying it's a really cool setup. And I took these.
Check it out.
I took these little black bags, they're cloth black bags, and put them over the microphones, so you can't tell that it's a microphone. And it blends in with what's going on, so you can't even tell it's there. It looks like it's part of the the curtain. Isn't that cool? Yeah. All right, man. Well, that was an interesting conversation we had with James R. Freeman. I'm going to call you James R. Freeman, okay?
Sure.
You down with that action? Then I call you James R. Freeman?
Sure.
Okay.
Hyphenated, so whatever.
What's hyphenated? The James R. or the R. Freeman?
The R. Freeman.
Man,
I should hyphenate all of it, huh?
I heard a lady yelling at her daughter the other day, and she yelled like this long name, like a bunch of hyphens in this kid's name. And I was like, that's horrible.
Yeah, who would actually say the word hyphen when you're yelling at kids' names? It's so terrible. People, I tell you.
Well, like my dog, we named our dog Susan B. Anthony Jones.
That's funny.
Yeah, she's Susan B. Anthony Jones because her name's Susie, and we call her Susie B. sometimes. Susan B. Anthony Jones because she's big and black.
Oh God.
She is. She's a big black dog.
That's hilarious.
So we named her Susan B. Anthony Jones, and then Charlie Brown Orenthal James Simpson is our Charlie dog. Somebody's in trouble. We go, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown, what are you doing? Charlie Brown Orenthal James Simpson, get your butt in the house.
You should have named him Orenthal James Brown Simpson. See?
Yeah, but we didn't want him dancing around,
Oh, that's funny.
He'd have been dancing around. He'd have been like dancing. You make me feel like dancing the night away. You know what I'm saying? That's what he would have been saying, dancing the night away.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna jump off with you and then get into the Outpost Survival Tip of the Week.
All right,
man.
All right, have a good night. You kids be good out there on the airwaves.
Yeah, peace out, Brussels sprout.
Things are getting crazy.
Crazy. Okay, bye. Bye. Wow, that was great. That was awesome. Oh, I'm gonna unplug that. Like, you probably couldn't hear that, but I could. I plugged it in because it's what do you call that? Running out of power. It's running low on power. So today's Outpost Survival Tip of the Week. Outpost Survival Tip. By the way, I've got new animations for all this, but I didn't have time to put them in, so no animations for this. But I'm thinking I might not even do the animations because there's no reason for the animations on there. So the Outpost Survival Tip of the Week is, you can't even see it. Ugh. Can't even see. Let's do the top down. Let's see. I got my back is messed up, so that hurt doing that. Top down. Oh my gosh. The top down camera sort of messed up. I think I ran into it. So the top down, or the Outpost Survival Tip of the Week is 48-hour emergency supply. Okay. So this is a 48-hour emergency supply. There. Boom. Why is it doing that? Okay. 40-hour emergency supply. So what we're going to do is we're gonna open this thing and we're gonna go over it. But let me read to you some of the stuff that's going on in this 48 hour emergency supply. So if you have instance where you think that you're going to be in like a blizzard or a snow situation or whatever, it's good to have something like this. I think something like this costs what, $30, $50? I don't know. I don't know how much this thing costs. My wife is the one that always buys them. So, lady of mine, I'll watch the chat. You tell me how much this thing normally is. So the 48-hour emergency food supply, 4-person kit, 5 meal varieties. So this is supposed to provide 48 hours worth of meals for 4 people. So does that mean it's like 96 hours of food for 2 people? I don't know, but we are going to open the container if we can. This said it's good till August 31st, 2046. 2046. So this is good till 2046. So let's try to open it. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna go get a knife. Oh, you wait here. You wait there. Where's my knife? Okay. You stay there. Yeah. Mrs. Onyx said it's $19. What? Yeah, it is a good deal. $19.99. So this bucket here is $19.99. Okay, so let's open it up. So if you're going to be keeping one of these buckets, make sure you have a knife handy, because apparently you have to open the bucket with a knife. You can't it says oh, I'm so stupid. Hold on, I'm gonna put the knife away. Stop. Calm down for a minute. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Oh, looks like we got some Russian hackers or something trying to mess with us. Hey, what's up, Russian hacker? Yeah. Get back to your war with Ukraine. Stop messing with my YouTube. Fine. All right. It says tear here. Oh, I messed it up. It said tear here. I didn't even read it. Oh, I got it. So I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if I would have read this, I would have been able to have this open already. Stop making me laugh. All right, so it's open. Oh shit, was that loud? All right, so let's look at some nutritional facts in here. All right. So apparently this has a bunch of stuff in it. So let's just go one package at a time. Here we go. This one's maple brown sugar oatmeal. Maple brown sugar oatmeal. This has 10 servings of maple brown sugar oatmeal. This has 10 servings. 10 servings. The oatmeal, maple brown sugar oatmeal has 10 servings. Each serving is a quarter of a cup. Has 120 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 1 gram of saturated fat, 35 grams of sodium, 20 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of fiber, 3 grams of total sugars, 4 grams of protein. So that's what's in the maple brown sugar. Okay, next one is buttermilk pancakes. The buttermilk pancakes has 6 servings in that thing. Each serving is 1/3 of a cup for buttermilk pancakes. It has 160 calories, 560 grams of sodium. That's a lot of sodium. 34 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 5 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of protein. So, all right then. Okay, so we'll move these over. Cheese powder. This one, cheese powder. Cheese powder has 15 servings per pouch. One serving is 2 tablespoons. There's 50 calories in it, 1 gram of fat, 5 grams of cholesterol, 420 grams of sodium, 7 grams carbohydrate, 7 grams of sugar, 3 grams of protein. Next one, creamy potato soup. Creamy potato soup. The creamy potato soup is 8 servings in that little container there. 1/3 cup per serving, 220 calories per serving, 8 grams of fat, 4 grams of saturated fat, 630 grams of sodium, 33 grams of carbohydrate, 2 grams of dietary fiber, 2 grams total sugar, 4 grams of protein. So that's what that is. Move this over. Move that over. Elbow macaroni. There's two packages of elbow macaroni. The elbow macaroni, I guess you mix the elbow macaroni with the cheese powder, right? So there are 2 pouches of the elbow macaroni. Each pouch contains 15 servings, 1/3 of a cup per serving. Yes, 1/3 of a cup per serving. Okay. 0.5 grams of fat, 32 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 5 grams of protein per serving there. Okay, so move this back in the container. What do we got left? Okay. Creamy chicken flavored rice. 2 pouches of that. 16 servings per pouch. 1/3 cup per serving. 240 calories per serving. 12 grams of fat. 6 grams saturated fat. 330 grams of sodium. 30 grams of carbohydrates. 1 gram of fiber. And 4 grams of protein in that thing there. So, and each package tells you on the package how to make each of the things. So we're gonna go back to that. We're gonna read that. Here we go. So elbow macaroni, remove oxygen absorber and discard. Stir the contents of the 2 pouches into 10 cups boiling water. So you have to eat both of these at the same time? I'd probably do half and half. Drain, return macaroni to the pan, prepare cheese powder as directed, and mix into cooled and drained macaroni. So where's the cheese powder? Cheese powder. So this 1 package of cheese powder goes with those 2 things of noodles. Remove oxygen absorber, stir in 1/3 cup macaroni into 1.5 cups boiling water, and return to boil. Cook uncovered for 10 to 15 minutes, stirring frequently. Drain and return macaroni to the pan. Combine 2 tablespoons cheese powder with 2/3 tablespoons water and mix well. Well, this makes more sense than the other one, because this one's like you do it little pieces at a time, a little bit at a time. That's way better than that. All right, so cream and potato, remove oxygen absorber. They all say that, okay? Whisk entire contents of pouch into 10 cups of boiling water, reduce heat, medium, and continue cooking for 10 to 15 minutes, stir frequently. And then you get that. All right, so creamy chicken flavored rice. Okay, creamy chicken flavored rice. In a saucepan, whisk the pouch contents in 5 cups boiling water, reduce heat 20-25 minutes. Remove from heat, let stand 5 to 6 minutes, and then consume it. So That's interesting. And let's see this one. Same. That's the same as that one. And then these two. Okay. Buttermilk pancakes. Preheat oiled skillet 375 degrees using the chart above. Mix your pancakes. Cook the pancakes 1 to 1.5 minutes per side until golden brown. So for 3 pancakes, mix 1/3 cup of water. No, 1/3 cup of mix and 1/4 cup of water. And then maple brown sugar oatmeal. Shake bag well to evenly distribute content in a saucepan. Stir oatmeal into boiling water. Reduce heat. Cook for 2 minutes. So for 2 servings, it's a 1/2 cup of oatmeal and 2/3 cup of water. And then you can eat it. So the Outpost survival tip of the week is these awesome, what do you call it? The awesome 48-hour. Hey, why is this not turning on? Oh, okay. Awesome 48-hour thing there. Yeah. So if you feel inclined to get one of these, remember, here, I'll do the top down so you can see it on here. Right here on the lid, it says, on the lid here, it says tear to open. You're supposed to tear this part, and then it goes all the way around, and then you can open the whole thing all the way around and see how they come packed in there. They come like that, packed with all those in there like that. And then you can take all those in there. And it looks like if you've opened it, you can snap the lid back on. Yeah. After you've opened it, you can snap the lid back on so that the contents stay in there. If you flip it upside down, contents stay in there. The lid and the lid can be used as a thing to carry other stuff or to carry water in and store other things. I like the plastic that it's thick because we live where there are field mice and things of that nature. So what happens is if you have anything that has food in it, the mice will try to eat through the plastic. So you want to try to keep, stuff in some type of a plastic container to keep mice from eating through your container and getting into your stuff. So that's the Outpost survival tip of the week. 48-hour food. That bucket, 48 hours of food for 5 people apparently. No, 4 people apparently. So if it's only $20, why don't we try the stuff that's in it, and then that way we can tell people what it tastes like. Because I haven't opened those yet. I'd be curious to see how that tastes. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of sodium though. You would think that eating that way in the post-apocalyptic setting, you would get sick from eating all that like that. Because it's a lot of sodium, You wouldn't want to eat that much sodium. But whatever. That's the way it is. So if you are a fan of the show, you can send us fan mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. And if you're an angry feminist, you can send us hate mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. Why is that on? I don't even know why that was on. There's another thing that was on. I don't know why it was on. So, yeah. You guys didn't even see me turn it down, but that's okay. Because I'm doing me, boo-boo. You do you, boo-boo. I could tell Joe to jump on early. Let me do that. Let me tell Joe to jump on early. Where is he? I don't even see his thing. Here he is. Call early. Boom. Boom. So that was Joe. I'm sending messages to Joe through the textiness. So, by the way, these things, I'm gonna mess up that stuff. Oh, yeah, there you go. This USB cord, it's like 9 feet long, and they work pretty good. My wife says she's broken a couple of them. I haven't broken any yet, but $3 at Menards. $3 at Menards. So if you wanted to get some of those, boom. So that's cool. And they had micro USB and USB-C. Like this one right here is USB-C, and the other one's micro USB. This one, I think I've stepped on it. I think I stepped on this one. I hear people in the background talking. Is she going to be part of the show too?
No.
Oh, okay. So that was the Outpost Survival Tip of the Week. 48-hour food in a container for $20. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Well, hey. So I had a question for you.
Yes.
Were you going to do Gen Y or not?
Well, I thought we were doing the
React
video.
Yeah, the React. Okay, just checking.
Okay.
Just checking.
We'll just see that video.
Did you watch that video?
Yes, I did.
So everybody's going to get to watch that video. Here's the crazy thing about that video. Well, no, I'll talk about it later. Because we got to do, hey, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, yeah.
What do you hear around town, Joe? What do you hear around town?
What did you see that Kid Rock video?
No. I didn't watch the video.
Oh,
I didn't watch the video. But you can tell me about it. You didn't even put it on here, though, bro.
No. Well, I sent it to you.
Man, okay, that's Joe Pontificates, man.
Oh,
so you got two different
right.
ones. You got the Gossip Time, and then you got the Joe Pontificates. You can do the Kid Rock thing now?
Well, what's that gossip?
Oklahoma?
What is it, gossip? Oh, yeah, Oklahoma. Yeah. Did you hear about that?
Okay. Are you just going to make both of them gossip?
Sure.
Okay, we just make both of them gossip. Okay, so Oklahoma.
Okay.
What about Oklahoma? What happened there?
So apparently they're making it a law where people can sue teachers if the teachers like offend them on their faith. So like
if they offend their faith?
Their faith, like their religion.
Yeah, faith.
Yeah. So like if a teacher either talks bad about a certain religion or doesn't talk about a certain religion enough, then the teacher can get sued for $10,000.
So if I'm a Neo-Therian,
whatever that is, yeah.
It's where you believe in the Matrix and Neo's a real Jesus figure.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me more about this.
Is that a real religion there?
Yeah, there are people that actually believe that.
Oh.
That Neo's real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's called Neo-Therians, but it's something like that.
Oh.
So yeah.
Sounds about right.
So that's craziness. You know what's stupid about that? You know how many religions there are?
Well, yeah, I know. So
there are
teachers
almost as many religions as there are pronouns.
I'm sure there's more.
And just like pronouns, religions are made up every day. Come on, man. You know you wanted to say, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
you can't though. You can't because you live in a house with people who they've made up pronouns. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. And made up religions too.
Yeah. Oh, you live with a Catholic? So never mind. That was a joke. It was a joke about Catholicism. You know. So
that's a made up religion, then.
So you agree that that's stupid, right? What they were doing?
Well, yeah, it's completely stupid because, like, So, I mean, Christians can sue too.
Well, yeah, but anybody could sue, and anybody could sue
Yeah.
for any reason, because
Right.
if there are however many children in the class, right?
Right.
If all of those children in the class want their religion to be represented, and you can be in trouble for not representing all the religions, but then you can also get in trouble for saying anything that contradicts another child's religious belief. It's impossible to represent all the religions in a group and not contradict someone else's religious belief. It's not possible.
Or, I agree.
Yeah,
And I think they should just keep religion out of public schools.
I agree. No more evolution.
Okay. That's not religion.
It is. You know
No.
how you know it's a religion? It cannot be proven.
Well,
It's a belief system. It can't be proven.
nothing can be 100% proven.
Well, I'm saying. So,
Gravity can't be 100% proven.
actually, the new scientific data says that gravity has nothing to do with anything except for time. Know what I mean?
No.
That the
time.
gravitational pull has nothing to do with an actual force. It's not a force. It's a manifestation of time. Gravity is part of time.
Okay.
Weird.
Even though time isn't a real thing, that it's more of a concept.
Weird. See, that's what I'm saying. But all of these beliefs are said to be real. That's how it gets into this teacher getting in trouble, because if they teach something that's scientifically correct yet it contradicts a student's religious beliefs,
Right.
then they can get in trouble.
Yes.
So if they say that, if they quote NASA in their classroom, and someone says, well, that's against my belief system because that's wrong, that's not true,
Yeah, because they're a Scientologist.
or whatever. Yeah. So I mean, there are many religions where things can be contradicted. By the way, did you see in our chat room or in their chat for the YouTube, there's like either Chinese or Russian people typing stuff in there? Crazy. I wish there was a way that I could like kick them out, but I can't really kick them out, or can I?
What?
Report? Yes. Ah.
Yeah, but
I can report it.
who cares if
Oh
the
my
Russians? Those people chatting.
Oh, and it removes it automatically when you report it. That's awesome. And everybody got to see me report that person. That's nice. That's nice. So hey Joe.
Yeah.
What else do you hear out there, Joe? And no, I didn't see no video because you didn't put a link.
Right.
You just said something about it.
I sent it to you.
I didn't see it. Oh, did you send it on the phone?
Yeah.
You should put it in the notes, man. That's the whole point.
Okay. Well, you didn't reply if you even saw it.
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
I've been to the doctors a lot, dude.
Yeah.
I'm all messed up, dude. I may or may not have cracked a rib.
Oh.
Sleepwalking.
Your own?
Sleepwalking.
Squid walking?
Sleepwalking.
Oh, sleepwalking.
Yeah. So, anyway, what about Kid Rock?
So Kid Rock has a new video out that you'll probably like.
Why isn't he canceled? Because he used to do his concerts with Confederate flags.
What about his Confederate flag?
He always had Confederate flags at his concerts.
Yeah.
Why is he not canceled?
I don't know.
Joe Rogan's being canceled for quoting titles of albums and for quoting lyrics in songs and for quoting people who said certain things. So they're trying to cancel Joe Rogan for quoting people. But why don't they cancel Kid Rock?
Nobody's really canceling Joe Rogan.
They're trying to. Homeboy's gonna get
Who? A
some
bunch of
money.
has-beens?
I don't know.
Like, bunch of people who, like, no one really listens to anyways?
Yeah, he gonna get some money, bro. He gonna get some
Who,
money.
Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan's gonna get some money.
He's already getting money.
I'm saying
He said,
if they kick him out, right? If they kick him out,
right. But Spotify already said they're not going to kick him out. But why would Spotify? Because Spotify's making a lot of money off of him. Because he has a #1 podcast on Spotify.
yeah. But they're actually talking about kicking him off. And if they kick him off, they owe him money.
So Spotify is now talking about kicking him off?
Yeah, they were talking about kicking him off.
I'm sure they're just saying that to make people happy.
Well, and then they sent out a letter to their employees, and they're like, "Hey, we don't want to silence anybody's voice. So, even though we don't agree with what this guy's saying, we're sorry that he said it." And then Joe Rogan apologized, and I'm sitting back going, "Oh man, I dropped the bottle. Why would you apologize? You didn't do anything wrong. You quoted someone else." Oh yeah, I quoted somebody else back in the day. I won't do it again. Because it was accurate at the time. Oh well. Move on.
What did he quote? What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh. Did you not hear they put out this clip, a compilation of Joe Rogan saying the N-word.
Oh,
and all it was
Yeah.
was them taking apart like 100 episodes and him quoting like, and the title of Richard Pryor's album was, and he named the title.
Yeah.
And well, Kid Rock was doing this thing, and he said, and he said it. He quoted Kid Rock, or not Kid Rock, Chris Rock. Chris Rock said this, and he quoted Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? So he was getting in trouble for doing something that was not bad. All he was doing is just quoting people. Oh, I forgot to start recording the damn thing again. Damn it. I messed up on the lights. I messed up on the sound. I messed up on my Joe, I'm screwing up all day today. Anyway, what happened to Kid Rock?
Okay, so he has a new video out that's like anti Joe Biden. And so the chorus actually has let's go Brandon.
The FJB. The actual
The what?
FJB one?
No, let's go Biden. Or Braden.
Let's go Brandon. So it's Let's Go Brandon and not the FJB
Brandon,
thing on it, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then.
So, and then yeah, so
I think that's hilarious.
yeah. And so it's like anti-mandate and all of this stuff. And well, one line that I think is stupid and I don't agree with is he
Hold on, before you say it, I'm going to switch to lisping lyrics. Oh no. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Lisping lyrics.
All right. So he says like Black Lives Matter, no shit, motherfucker, all lives matter.
Ooh, oh no. Oh no, Kid Rock is going to get in trouble from 4 people. There's going to be 4 people getting mad at him. You know, most of the people in the country would totally agree with them. I'm just saying. There's a very small minority group of people, not minorities, but a minority group of people that would disagree with him.
Well, I wouldn't agree with that.
You know what's funny is? Not funny. I don't know if it's funny or just what do you call it? Curious. My oldest son his girlfriend, and everybody in the house that they live in, like his grandma and his everybody got COVID. Everybody did. Yep. And I told my kid, I was like, well, if you get the Omicron, that's the one you want to get. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
That's the one you want. You don't want any. You want any. You don't want any of the other variants, but Omicron, that's the one you want to try to get if you're going to get it. That's the one you want. Because my kid has like a pacemaker, heart condition, all that junk. So
You know which variant I can't wait for to come out?
The Autobots, Decepticon.
The alligator variant.
Alligator.
That was the coolest one.
You know what? They should have a variant that comes out that's the baby shark.
A variant on what?
The baby shark variant.
Baby shark?
Yeah, because it eats all the other sharks.
Oh. Do.
I don't even know that stupid thing. I've never heard that. I've heard other people sing it, but I've never actually heard it in real life.
Oh my god. Really?
Yeah, never. Nope.
I need to send you the Baby Shark metal cover. There's a metal cover of it.
Yeah. Gossip time. Okay, so I'm gonna play the react thing.
Okay. All right.
So we're gonna react. I'm gonna show the browser. And we got this Joe Biden on there. So we need to make sure it's not muted. You're not gonna be able to hear it though. No. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to hear it because I don't have my other headphones on. I'm not gonna be able to hear it while I'm talking to you. Okay, I'm gonna have to do 2 pair of headphones. There. Now I got it. Have you seen it?
Yes, I saw it.
Okay.
Don't let his disability fool you. This is a man with a deviant plan.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Are you excited?
I'm looking forward to this, man.
What do you want to do?
Show me something.
Hey, you've seen this?
Come here, man.
So I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Yes.
Come on, man.
What's your plan?
Come on, man.
Look, this is not. But
You knew she was 13?
No, I didn't.
I've got the transcript right here.
So this is funny. You know, I get all this information about.
Instead of taking responsibility, he tries to blame it all on the decoy.
I was prepared for him to come after me, but I wasn't prepared for the person coming at me the way she came out. She knew Bo. She knows me.
Oh,
I don't,
my gosh, that's
anyway,
hilarious.
It sounds like what you're trying to see is if you could score with a 13-year-old girl.
It's not about that.
But you did bring some things with you tonight.
Well,
So you brought condoms.
that's a different issue.
Doesn't seem so tonight.
Look, every
not
child
offensive
out
at
there, every child out there is capable.
There's something I got to tell you. I'm Chris Hansen with Daylight NBC.
Come on,
the
man.
look. Come on, man. The look. I'm gonna take these off. The look on his face. The look on his face when he does the "come on, man." That's just classic, dude. Just the way he's like. You can't see my face, but the way his face was on that. So what'd you think of that?
I laughed. It was funny.
You laughed?
Yeah.
That's about it.
You ever wondered what actors and
what-
actresses do when they have to get in shape
It's-
really
it's
fast for a
amusing.
movie? Because I can
Something in the
promise you,
background's
it's
going.
not the
I don't
same
want that.
diet that you're following.
Stop playing
and the
that.
same-
Ugh. Stuff in the background just starts playing for no reason. Dang, bro. Come on, Gina. All right. All right, so we reacted to that. So we can go to breakdown. You want to break it down?
Yes. Breakdown.
You got time to break it? See, I said entertainment breakdown, but I think the segment should be called entertaining breakdown. Entertaining breakdown. Because we break down something in an entertaining way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're going to be breaking down the movie The Dustwalker. And did you actually watch The Dustwalker?
Yes.
I know. Was it
Oh my
horrible
God.
or what?
Dude, I fell asleep. It was, it was one of the worst movies I've seen
Okay.
in a long time.
I'm reading their description. Okay, here's the description. You tell me if you want to see this movie. Ready? And I'm gonna read it like a movie guy. Ready? One by one, the residents of a small, isolated town become infected by an insidious bug that turns them into violent, indiscriminate killing machines. Really. Killing machines. It's from, New Zealand? Australia? Some junk like that?
Yeah, Australia.
Australia. So this had to have been pre-pandemic. Because...
Why do you say that?
Because they had all them lockdowns. How are they going to get out to make the movie? I mean, it was released in 2019.
Oh,
so
yeah, true.
So they wouldn't be able to make a movie like this. And although it was sort of around that time, we were joking. We were watching the movie that those zombies look like they're zombies. The infected look like they're social distancing because they were standing so far apart. So in this movie, in the small town or whatever, there's when you say small town, I mean, this is a really small town. Everybody knows each other. The sheriff is about to retire and move away, and turn over her job to the deputy sheriff or whatever. And she's only staying there because her sister had a kid, and she came back to the town to live there to take care of her sister and her sister's kid. And then was her sister her sister wasn't the teacher, was she? No, her sister wasn't. Her sister wasn't a teacher. So, and then there was a teacher at a school, and there's 4 students at the school, total of 4, because it's such a small town or whatever. And then this.
And was it one of the kids that teacher's son?
Yeah, one of the kids was the teacher's son, apparently. Well, no, no. One of the kids was the chick's sister's son.
Oh, okay.
The deputy.
I thought wasn't he calling the teacher mom or something?
Oh, maybe he was. Okay, so yeah, one of the kids' mom was the teacher.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was some sad stuff going on there. So a thing. Okay, at the beginning they show these teenagers. By the way, spoiler alert. If you're gonna watch this movie, I doubt you will. There's these teenagers, and they're sitting on a balcony watching the morning sky. And one of the kids has a telescope. Why are you looking at the morning sky with a telescope? I mean, the sun's coming up, but they have a telescope ready to look at the sun, I guess. Anyway, so this thing streaks across the sky and crashes, and then followed by another thing that went across the sky. So one thing was on fire, streaks across the sky and crashes, and apparently it had some spore thing in it, which made people get infected and then start killing each other and infecting each other with more of these spore things. Is this accurate? What I'm saying?
Yeah, and so I noticed that the people infected were killing their kids.
So they go after the ones that they love the most.
Yeah.
Which is similar to another movie where they kill you kill the ones you love the most. Who is that? What was that?
Sophie's Choice?
No, it was I think it's Walking Dead or something like that. One of them stupid shows like that where you go after the people you love the most first.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that's what it was. I think it might have been The Walking Dead. It might not have been. I don't know.
Or The Crazies?
The Crazies.
Was The Crazies like that?
I think so. I don't know. So in this Dust Walker thing, though, the town is surrounded by a wall of dust that they can't go through. And if they end up going into the wall of dirt, their vehicle or whatever gets turned around, and even though they feel like they've driven straight, they end up right back in town. Right?
Yeah.
And then part of the movie, they figure out that there's this big animal that's going around eating the infected or catching the infected and killing them. And but it's not attacking any of the people, and they think it is, but it's not. Right? And then so it turns out when those two things landed, one of them was crashed and burned on fire because the other thing was chasing it. So it was like Alien versus Predator, I guess. One of the aliens was after the other alien to destroy it. Yeah?
Yeah.
And at the end, it breathed fire on it out of its mouth like a dragon and lit it on fire and then got in a ship and left.
And the special effects, oh my god, those were awesome.
The special effects reminded me of Sharknado.
No, Sharknado was way better. Way better.
I was going to say Tremors, but Tremors actually had really good graphics.
Yeah, especially for the time.
Yeah. So it was really crappy graphics and stuff. So what did this get a rating of? 3.7 out of 10. 1,400 people. 1,400 people rated this. And out of 1,400 people who saw this movie, who decided to go on IMDb to say something, 3.7 out of 10 is their score. So, how would you rate this out of 10?
I would give it a 2.
2 out of 10? And I would give it maybe a 3 out of 10 because it was an interesting story. They could have fleshed out the characters a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think they spent too much time on that.
The acting was horrible.
With other stuff, I mean. Yeah, the acting was horrible.
Now, the guy who looked like a 1970s porn star, he wasn't bad.
Yeah, that one guy. There's like 10 people in this movie. Yeah, I think that was the entire cast, was all those like 10 people.
Yeah.
So the low budget as hell.
And then some of the people didn't even talk because the one guy got infected, and so he didn't talk.
Yeah. He just made clicking sounds. So
yeah, and then he had like his face. That was weird. Like weird graphics on his face.
Well, in the graphics, they were trying to say that it's like worms or something crawling around in the person's face, right?
Is that what it was supposed to be?
It was supposed to be worms disfiguring, or the thing in their face disfiguring their face, and it would manifest itself sometimes, and then sometimes it would change and manifest itself differently. So that's why they look different in different scenes, because it was moving around in there all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Weird, huh? I think that movie sucked. I would play the trailer, but there's a copyright claim on it. I don't want the people getting a copyright claim off of me. But I can show some photos from the show. So this chick right here is the teacher. Yeah. And then this is the porn guy. And this is the he's like the deputy sheriff, and she's like the sheriff. This chick is the sheriff. And then
he's like the stereotypical dumb deputy.
Yeah, he's like Doofy from the Scary Movie.
Yeah.
Is it Scary Movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is the alien that's chasing the other aliens. It has a spiked tail and it breathes fire. And it's pretty much the way it looks right there is what it looked the whole time in the movie. It was like stupid looking. Yeah. Okay. And then there it is on top of the building, and it's on top of a jailhouse, and there's a bunch of people looking through a window. Hey, what's out there? Hey, you guys. This person looks like she's saying something, but if you're putting your hand over your mouth like you're going to whisper something to somebody, you got to make sure there's not a window. You know what I mean? There's a window there, chick. Nobody can hear anything you're saying. And that's a farmhouse, whatever. This is a chick trying to get a hold of somebody on the radio. Radio's not working. And this is the geologist chick that found the hole from the first crash. Yeah.
The hole.
The hole from the crash.
Yeah, she found a hole.
And then there's the dust storm on the road there. The dust storm that the chick tried to drive into. And this is the alien guy. He's being like, he's not an alien, but he's got like he's been infected. And this guy's been infected. A lot of Norwegian-looking people. Mad Max versus Alien.
Oh,
So
I like that.
You like that? Mad Max versus Aliens?
Yeah, since Australian.
Australian, yeah. Yeah, because he was New Zealand, right? New Zealish?
I thought it was Australian.
I don't know.
Is it New Zealand?
I don't know. So
Same thing.
Here's the poster. This is one of the posters. And that was probably the sucky poster. And this is supposed to be the good poster, which also sucks. And this is another poster, which sucks less. And this is the Japanese poster looks freaking badass. Oh my gosh. The Japanese poster looks like the alien from Aliens. And there's a UFO creating a dust cloud and somebody running out of the dust cloud. Dude, the Japanese one looks the best, or is that Korean? I don't know. That one looks the best. And that one looks stupid. Oh, so these are different posters from around the world. And they see some of them show like spaceships and stuff. Oh man. Some of them show spaceships.
So they were able to get that movie to be played worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That is just insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Somehow they got this movie to be worldwide. Now that I'm looking at it, dude. Shut the hell up. The movie poster? I just noticed the movie poster that's a spaceship at the top. I thought it was like tentacles at first.
I did too.
It's a spaceship at the top.
It's a spaceship?
Yeah. A spaceship shooting down like that movie Independence Day. Where they destroyed the White House?
Yeah. Look at that again.
If you look on IMDb, for the Dustwalker, the very first picture there of the cover for here in the United States, it walks among us. It says the Dustwalker, and as the chick walking toward looks like tentacles. Above the tentacles on the top, it looks like tentacles, but that's a spaceship. I just noticed it now, dude. That's crazy. That's insane in the membrane, bro. Insane in the brain. Craziness. All right. So we're done with that, Joe. We're done. We're done with that. That means that we're done with you.
Oh, okay.
Is that right? We're done with you, right?
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you, Joe, for being on the show. See you next week.
All right.
Awesome. All right, man. Later.
See ya.
All right, man.
Bye.
So that was fun. Okay. Joe was on the phone. Joe was on the show. Joe was on the show. My bum was on the show. I'm going to plug that in. That's my phone I'm plugging in. Oh, is it creating that buzzy sound? Here, move it away from that. It was creating a buzzy sound because it was too close to the microphone. That's weird. All right, so now we're going to get to back in the day. Back in the day, we had these things called troll dolls. And, back in the day, that's what we had. Troll dolls. And we would actually have them. So I'm going to show you some troll dolls. Let's see. Here's a larger one, and there's a smaller one. So let's do the top down so you can see them laying down there. So you got the larger one. I don't know if they're supposed to have clothes on them, and they have a gem in their belly. And then this one is a little girl one because you can tell she's wearing a dress. And then there's a little gem in there, and those are trolls from trolls. These things right here, those. So let's find out information about trolls. So these trolls, these dolls, were also known as Good Luck Trolls, or Gonk Trolls in the United Kingdom. They were created in 1959 by a Danish fisherman and a woodcutter named Thomas Dam. Dam couldn't afford a gift for Christmas for his young daughter Leela and carved a doll from his imagination. So he carved the first one out of wood. Okay. Other children in the Danish town of Jol, I can't even pronounce it right, saw the doll and wanted one. Okay. So he started making them for the other kids, and then it just became like a mass-produced thing, and then it hit the United States and became one of the biggest fads in the United States in the 1960s. They became briefly popular again in the 1970s, and then through the 1990s were copied by several manufacturers under different names. During the 90s, several video games and TV shows and videos were made, created based on the troll dolls. In 2003, the Dam Company restored the United States copyright for the brand, stopping all unlicensed production. In 2005, the Dam Company modernized the brand under the name Trolls with a Z, but that failed in the marketplace. So these trolls failed in the marketplace. So yeah, let's go over here. So let's see, there's some other stuff. Oh, look, there's a collection of trolls there. Collection. People got a lot of trolls there. And so yeah, trolls. So in 1992 there was a Trolls video game. Super Troll Island was in 1994. They were at the DreamWorks Theater. They had a soundtrack from Trolls. There's a film called Trolls in 2016 and Trolls World Tour in 2022. And then television shows there was Trolls with a Z in 2005, Trolls Holiday in 2017, Trolls The Beat Goes On 2018, Trollstopia 2020, Trolls Holiday in Harmony 2021. So, Trolls. So, you know, there's supposed to be like a troll lore where they're supposed to tell you about the trolls, but I guess they didn't want to go into the whole troll lore with it. But, you know, if you've ever had a troll doll, you know, the troll doll has this hair, you know, they all have the hair like that, probably because it was easy to do. These ones have glass eyes. This one has glass eyes, and they all have gems in them. These ones just so happen to be the same color. I don't know. I'm colorblind, but they look almost the same color to me. And some of them were had clothing you could put on them, and some of them didn't. But you know, this one's non-gendered. So anyway, the gem, from what I understand, could be different colors depending on the troll doll that you get. So yeah, troll dolls. Yep. So people love them. Mad Max is from Australia. Okay. So is Mel Gibson. Okay. No, I know. Okay. So that was back in the day. All right. Now we're going to get to the... You know what's messed up is I can't remember where all these buttons go. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now we get to the pathetic pet of the week. Okay. Y'all be prepared. Here we go. The pathetic pet of the week this week is Percy. This is Percy. Percy only has one photograph. This is Percy. Okay. It's Percy. So let's read about Percy. Percy is a tabby mix in Kansas City, Missouri. He's a young male, medium, tabby tiger striped. Looks like a black tabby, black and gray, black tabby they call him. He's friendly, affectionate, playful, smart, independent. He's a couch potato, quiet, funny, loves kisses. He has a short coat. He is house trained. His vaccinations are up to date, and he's good in a home with cats, dogs, and other children. It's an $85 adoption fee. So I'm going to read it big. Oh my gosh. Percy has lost his eyes to a virus and injury. Even though he's blind, he gets around just fine. He's litter box trained and good with other cats and dogs. His adoption fee is $85, includes neuter, deworming, flea prevention, vaccinations, rabies, FIV, FELV, and HV tests. He tested negative, and he has a microchip. If you're interested in meeting Percy, he's at chainofhopekc.org, chainofhopekc.org, Chain of Hope, Kansas City. So you can go to chainofhopekc.org, fill out an application. They do local adoptions only in the Kansas City area. So if you're in the Kansas City area, consider adopting Percy. Consider Percy for adoption. So yeah, that's Percy. So that's why Percy is the pathetic pet of the week. Pathetic pet of the week. So yeah, that was Percy. All right then. Now we're gonna finish the trivia. Trivia. The trivia question was. Let's see if we can get back up to the top. Trivia question was: which two U.S. states do not observe daylight savings time? Which two U.S. states do not observe daylight saving time? And the answer is Arizona and Hawaii. Arizona and Hawaii do not observe daylight saving time. So those are the two that do not observe daylight saving time. That's trivia. Oh, snap. So if you've enjoyed the show, make sure you send us fan mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. And if you want to send us some hate mail because you're an angry feminist, hate mail, hate MALE, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. And that's the show, episode 4. So yeah, you guys enjoy your time. Thank you for hanging out. We're going to go ahead and close it out now. You've been listening to Married with Comedy with your host, Jeff Onyx, special guest and co-host, James R. Freeman, and Joe Chandler. Till next week, everybody.